Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our Facebook video posts, where we've been winding our way through the Eightfold Path and seeing how we can bring the teachings of the Buddha to bear on the COVID-19 situation, like just really bringing our practice to what's happening. Yesterday, we finished the Sila, or the ethical conduct section, with talking about paying attention to what we're ingesting, with that fifth training guideline of not taking intoxicants, where we expanded it the way Thich Nhat Hanh holds it, and looking at everything that we take in, not just drugs and alcohol, and whether that's going to be beneficial for us or not. Today, we're going to move on to the second section of the Eightfold Path, the Samadhi section, or the section that has to do with training the heart and mind and cultivating that aspect of our practice. The word Samadhi gets translated to the English word, like if they had to, choose a word, one English word, the word concentration gets chosen. But the literal translation of the word samadhi means to bring together or to gather. And this is much more helpful in understanding what we're actually doing when we're cultivating samadhi. So the attention that is habitually scattered, moving about, flittering, And so samadhi is to bring it together, to collect, and then to rest with an object in the present moment. Cultivating samadhi is not about trying hard or bearing down or concentrating the mind, which is why the word concentration isn't so helpful when we talk about samadhi. It's really a gentle and kind of ongoing. It needs patience. We have to just stay with it in a very easeful way. And I'd like to give an analogy, I think, that can be helpful in terms of how it is we want to collect the attention and develop samadhi. Let's say scattered on the floor were a whole bunch of down feathers. It's a very fine kind of, if you know down, the 800 fill down, just so fine and light. And they were scattered all over the floor. And of course, that would be analogous to the mind that's scattered. Now, if we wanted to gather those and bring them in together and collect them and unify them, another nice word for samadhi, the mind that's unified with the object. So if we went about doing that, it's like, oh, I want to get this done. I want samadhi. What would happen, right? They would just scatter all over the place. But if we just started very slowly, easefully, staying with it, not pushing too hard, not trying to go too fast, very slowly, then we could gather those tiny little down feathers together and bring them and unify them. Yeah, so this is the approach. Easeful, really working with calm a lot. And in terms of the COVID-19 pandemic and how we're being affected and what would be a helpful way to practice with it, it's really best, watching my own mind with this these days, it's best to be in the present moment and not in the future. This goes for any time in our life, whether we're having a virus pandemic or not. But especially now, the stories that float through our minds about what the future might hold can be not so good. And without samadhi, without being present, the attention will grab onto those stories and just run with them. It's like a train pulling up to the train station. The doors open, we get on, we don't even know it, and the train is off to destination dukkha. So one way, very simple way to practice in our daily life, and then we'll do some formal practice together, is just to use our presence, be present, and have the intention to know when your mind is in the future and bring it back. Let that go, come back to the present moment. And what we use to come back to, especially with Samadhi practice, is the body and the breath, the tactile, somatic experience of body and breath. And before we start meditating, I want to talk about, just give one caveat to the body and the breath today, which I think is important. You know, we say, oh, body, breath. And yes, these are excellent places for the attention to land and rest with. Absolutely they are. And sometimes it's not. For some people, connecting with the body or connecting with the breath doesn't feel relaxing, doesn't feel safe even, especially if someone has a background of trauma. Connecting with the body and the breath can be very activating, agitating, and even re-traumatizing. So if you're practicing meditation and you put your attention on the body or the breath, and you start to feel agitated, you start to feel uptight, kind of not safe, anything in that arena, then the body and the breath is not the object you want to be working with, at least at this time. If that happens, use sounds as your object. Now, sometimes just the breath, if we're working with the breath, it can start to feel tight and we get shortness of breath and a little panicky. Sometimes when that's happening, we can take our attention away from the breath and from this area of the body and move it down, maybe to the bottoms of the feet or where the sit bones are touching if we're sitting, or maybe hands touching. Sometimes that's enough to literally take the attention away from the breath and just away from this area of the body, which is where a lot of activation tends to be, and bring it down to a part of the body that's both far away, like bottoms of the feet, but also grounded and connecting with the earth. So you can try that if the breath starts to feel tight and pressured and kind of panicky, like you can't get a full breath. Sometimes even though the body itself, even if we're away from the activation down by the feet, even that can feel not okay and too much energy or not feeling safe. Then if we're doing the formal practice, we want to open our eyes. We want to really let go of the attention with the body and breath and note seeing and hearing, really engage your other senses. Just kind of look around the room, notice, picture, window, just start connecting with objects in the room, and also notice hearing. So this is some things we can do if body or breath just aren't working and not a particularly helpful object at the moment. Okay, so just wanted to give that caveat out because I know for some people that's the case. So let's go ahead and do some of the formal practice now. And I'll just get some instructions in a way that are just a little bit kind of geared towards the cultivation of Samadhi, which means that we are inducing calm. We're actually practicing for calm. We don't practice for Samadhi. We practice for calm and let the Samadhi naturally grow out of that calm. And closing the eyes if that's how you meditate. And if it feels okay to bring the attention to the body in the posture that you're in, whatever posture it is. And just start to connect somatically to the body, feeling it. In the beginning, just feeling the contact places, so kind of the outside of the body, you might say. wherever there's contact, depending on what position you're in right now. This is very general sense of the body in this position. And feeling, though, feeling particular sensations at these contact points. Feet touching, sit bones touching, hands touching. Feeling the support from below us, the density of the earth element supporting us, holding us. And being held and supported in this way, we can then begin to let go, soften, and relax the body. And as we relax the body, I want to draw your attention to this relationship of relaxing the body and feeling the body. See if you can get a sense of how, as the body relaxes more, we actually have access to more sensations. It's almost as if we relax our way into a deeper somatic connection with the body. Not rushing it, that would be causing the down feathers to scatter. Just gentle intention for the body to soften and relax. And staying connected to that process. And noticing kind of how more of the body comes online somatically. It's not just the places of contact that we feel. Maybe we start to feel other parts of the body as well. Subtler sensations, tingling, vibrating, buzzing, pulsing, shimmering. Relaxing the body and feeling the body. Giving it time, not forcing the relaxation, just setting up the conditions that are supportive for the body to relax, which are keeping the body still and having a gentle intention that the body soften and relax. Check your eyes, jaw, shoulders, and belly. Letting go of any tension you notice in those areas. No worry that the mind wanders off. Mindfulness will arise. We will wake up. And there we are, waking up to body, sitting or standing or lying down, whatever position you're in. And then just when you do wake up from being lost in thought, consciously intend for the body to relax. And again, just relax your way back into that somatic connection with the body. feeling the body. Allowing the body to calm, cultivating calm in the body. Staying present for the arising of calm in the body. We want to know that experience. We want to enjoy that experience. Lovely. We're going to take this one step at a time, cultivating samadhi, at least in the formal practice. You'll notice we didn't even get to the breath today. We're going to take it very slowly. Again, we don't want to try to gather those feathers too quickly, or we just work against ourselves. So as we go forward throughout our day today, again, hold the intention, even, make it now, right now in your mind. Let me know, let me be aware of when the mind is in the future, especially with scenarios that are scary, frightful, disastrous, etc. And just know, we're not in a safe place there. It's not helpful for our heart and mind. And then come back, really take refuge in the present moment. What's happening right now? Oh, I'm just sitting on my couch. How am I feeling? Oh, I'm pretty comfortable, etc. Engage your senses. See in that moment that, hopefully, that's true for you, that everything is fine. Really come back, engage the body, engage the other senses, and take refuge in the present moment. Okay, that's it for today. I hope this is helpful for you. Remember, when things get like this, the thing that's most important besides our own presence is kindness to each other, only kindness. Be well.